Hi guys, welcome to Behind the Pages Strawberry Style. Um, this is my second time filming this video. It turned out I didn't have enough storage on my phone to continue filming, so I'm starting over. But anyway, a little disclaimer before I get into my review. I'm going to be wearing this on my head from now on, or another scarf, because I am in the process of free-forming my hair into locks. So until I'm ready to show you guys the big reveal, I will show you guys what I'm working with. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the review. Sorry, my man is in the shower. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this review. Now, I will say I'm definitely going to butcher this name, even though this author told me how to pronounce her name. For some reason, for the life of me, I just have a hard time. But this is the cover of it. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name because I don't want to butcher it. So here we go. That's the cover, and that's her name. And it's called Birthright. Now, y'all get yourselves something to drink. Get yourself a snack, because we're going to be here for a while. So, before I start, I will advise, if you're going to read this book, as soon as you get to the middle part, towards the end, don't read it at night, because it scared the bejesus out of me. Literally, I'm looking over my shoulder and everything, and as I'm reading, my man is talking to me, and I just jump, and I'm like, stop, don't talk to me while I'm reading, so it's like, but girl, I'm so glad this author reached out to me. I am so glad she emailed me and told me about her book and asked me to review her book. I am so happy, because this book was awesome. And when I mean this book was awesome, it was awesome with a capital AWESOME, honey. Like, seriously. Like, this honestly is it's literally beyond my favorite. Beyond. Anyway, before I get into it, once again, you go, girl. So, bear with me, guys, because I will, like I said, mispronounce a lot of these names. So we have Medallion and Wayman, husband and wife. We have Rodney and Medallion, who are secret lovers, so to speak. God, reminds me of that song. Secret lovers, yeah, that's what we are. Sorry. You're my little secret, and that's how. Okay, I'm sorry. This book got me singing some songs and crap, but God, I love this book. So then we have Aunt Mary, who is Medallion's aunt. Now, Medallion came from a long line of enslaved women. And her Aunt Mary was indeed a slave. So this book does touch on enslavement, freedom, I don't want to say witchcraft per se, but it does have magic in it. It also touches on love, friendship, marriage. It touches on all of that. And while I was reading this book, towards the beginning, towards the middle, child, I could not stand Medallion. Matta. I'm gonna call her Matta because that was like her nickname. I could not stand Matta at all. She's married to this man, Wayman, and yet she steadily cheats on this man like it's nothing. You know, one minute she's all apologetic and she doesn't mean to do what she does and how much she loves her husband and all that, yet she continues to make a fool out of this man. I love Wayman. Wayman is my man. And how she was treating him irked me to my soul. And I loved Aunt Mary because Aunt Mary, I felt like, was the glue that kind of kept them sane, that kept them together. And to be honest with you, I kind of like that. I mean, it's a shame that sometimes you got to have that person that can kind of keep you guys joined together as a unit, you know? And that's what Aunt Mary was. I mean, she was, quote unquote, considered a witch, but one of those good ones. And there was a name for that, and it's somewhere in this book, but I don't feel like looking for it. Plus, my battery on my tablet is about to die. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to charge it while I'm talking to you guys. But I don't, so, y'all bear with me. Okay. Sorry. And I got books right above me and stuff. But like I say, y'all, bear with me and then we can get back to this review. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So let's we'll lay that there. So by the time I'm done with the review, I can show you guys the cover and all that good stuff and talk about her other stuff that she has going. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, this is going to be a long video. So grab a drink, get a snack, make yourselves comfortable. Again, if I said that already. Anyway. So, yeah, so I liked Aunt Mary for that, you know. And sometimes, and even in the real life world, it should not, in a way, it should not have to be like that, where you have to rely on somebody to keep your marriage tight and bonded, you know? So I kind of feel like she did not honor her vows, you know, to love, honor, cherish. I will say she did love him, but in her way, she just was not ready for him. Wayman was too much of a good man for Meta. He was too much of a good man for her, you know. When it came to Rodney, I just felt like Rodney was just her, like her not her crutch, but like her temptation. Like she could not get Rodney out of her system. And Rodney, oh my God. Now, I'm not going to say I hate. I dislike Rodney with a passion because he played too many mind games. Because you're going to sit up there and play with Matta, knowing that she just established feelings for you. And yet you're like, oh, I love you, I want to marry you, and this and that. But then when something happens, you back up. Like, oh my God. Like in one of these scenes when she was going to make it work with Wayman, and then Rodney sent a picture to Meta. A naked picture showing all his goodies and says, wish you was here. A few seconds later, going to send another picture with another female down on her knees, okay, pleasing Rodney, saying, not this Negro. Like, now that, I started cussing up a storm when I read that. I was literally cussing up a storm. Like, oh my gosh. So, you know, long story short, you know, she's just cheating on Wayman left and right, just dogging him, you know. And here Wayman is looking like an ass at work because Wayman and Rodney are, in a way, co-workers. You know, they work for the same firm, yet not only Rodney looking at him sideways, but his co-workers. There's rumors flying around about Rodney and Meta and, you know, just making him look like a straight fool. And I'm like, really? You really gonna do this man like that? Like, I'm sitting here, my man's watching TV, and I'm reading a book, and as I'm reading this, I'm like, you bitch. And, oh my God, and then my man was like, who are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to this bitch in this book. So it's like, oh my God, this woman was irking me. I'm like, okay, you cannot be this type of a bitch all the way through. Like, towards the end, she does mature up and she makes, you know, but now back to Aunt Mary. She comes from a long line of enslaved women. She grew up on the Glory Hill plantation. And right behind the plantation house are little bitty, you know, cabins where enslaved women and men would sleep. So her sister, she's one of, I believe, 7. I don't remember all of the names of the sisters, but I do remember some of them. And I know Sunta is the baby sister, and then we have Betty, and then Aunt Mary. So Sunta, she is pregnant. She goes into labor, and she has a baby boy named Elijah. So while she's pregnant, it was the whole pregnancy and the whole process was beyond powerful, where Betty had to make the decision on whether to save Sunta or the baby. So they made the decision to save the baby because he is one of the legacies where he can pass down from generation to generation. So he had to take his rightful place. So then Betty saved the baby and Sunta had to pass on. So her spirit left. However, she refused to actually go be at peace. So she was in between heaven and hell because she didn't want to be away from her child. She wanted just to wait there until he himself passed on, and then they go and be at peace together. So she, in the meantime, is stuck in the white area. So now with Meta finding out that she's pregnant with a baby boy, she names it Isaiah. Now, Meta is obviously not trying to be a mom. She obviously became a mom for all the wrong reasons, thinking that it will save her marriage. At first, she didn't know who the baby belonged to, whether it was Raymond's or Rodney's. I'm not going to say who was the father. I'm not going to say that, but I'm pretty sure you guys can probably guess. She ended up doing some things, and she almost killed her child. And as the baby semi-dies, the baby seeing Isaiah kind of resembled Elijah in Sunta's eyes. So as Sunta's in the middle, of course, she sees a baby coming, so she latches on to that baby and comes to the human world instead of staying in that afterworld. But really, she wasn't really in the afterworld because she wasn't at peace because she didn't have her baby that she had long ago. So, and all the while, she's thinking in her mind that Isaiah is Elijah. And she's not realizing that Isaiah and Matta are keen to Suda. Yes. Oh my God. So, backing up with that, back to Aunt Mary. For so many years, she's been trying to teach Meta the magic and have her at her rightful place because she was supposed to be next in line. So, of course, she wasn't ready for that because she was doing all the things that she was doing with her husband and her side lover. So when she's doing all that, there's no way her Aunt Mary can teach her what she knows to get her prepared for when Aunt Mary goes into the afterlife because of what she's doing. She's not mature enough. She can't handle it. And I noticed as I was reading this book, it kind of had some Sabrina the Teenage Witch mixed with Charmed aspects in it. It had a little bit, like a little touch of it, you know, and I'm like, shit. And then, you know, they got the spell book and stuff. But moving on with that, there now comes in Nurse Jackie. Now, Nurse Jackie is also connected to Aunt Mary because back when, I believe when they were younger, was it when they were younger? When they were younger, I think. Aunt Mary used to teach Nurse Jackie a few things in terms of the spirit world. And little does Meta know that she herself has all that power, all that magic within her, but she doesn't know it. Just like with Sabrina the Teenage Witch. In the beginning, she didn't know that she was a witch until she had to take her rightful place and be a witch. So it was like that with Meta. Like I said, I don't want to give away too many spoilers. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to, I guess, say the rest. but literally, I'm not giving away the book. Even though I'm saying a bunch of stuff that's kind of happening in the book, however, I'm still not giving it away. Y'all will still enjoy it. So I will say my favorite character, because I'm gonna stop right there. I'm not gonna say too much because I know I will give it away. But I love this book. I loved it. My favorite characters, actually, I have 3 favorite characters, actually, and that's Aunt Mary. And I like her because she was like the peacemaker character. You know, she was the one, yeah, she had the power. She was like the elder. She's the elder where she's trying to spark sense into the younger generation, you know. And a lot of people looked at her weird because, you know, she had all these herbs and these little dolls and stuff like that, and they looked at her weird. But she can really do some powerful stuff, but she uses it for the good. And if you don't cherish your powers correctly, it could be used for bad or used the wrong way, and it will bring in bad spirits or unwanted spirits that you do not want upon the living world, you know. And so that's why I said, when you guys read this book, as soon as you get to the middle part, if it's at night, put it down, read it in the morning, because I read this thing at night. My black ass was scared as crap. So I am not going to lie. The beginning towards the middle was good because I was all up in it. But then that last bit and stuff, oh my God. But yeah, I liked Aunt Mary. I love Wayman because, you know, he's just a fool in love, you know. He was just innocent, you know. And I know I know he was just tired. He was sick and tired, you know? And he would leave on and off and come back, leave, come back. But honestly, if it was not for Aunt Mary, they literally would have really been done if it was not for Aunt Mary. You know, like I said, she was the glue, the elder that held everything together. And I also like Nurse Jackie, you know, for the little bit that she played in everything. You know, she was also considered the elder in a way, but not the elder to Aunt Mary, you know, but she was one with a lot of knowledge as well. And she herself was trying to teach Meta, but Meta and her ways, man. It wasn't until the end when she really kind of put somebody else ahead of herself, which I liked. And she ended up warming my heart in the end because, you know, we all have our ways where we are one way, we are immature, but then as soon as life hits us or when that dramatic event happens, all of a sudden we put somebody else ahead of our own needs or ahead of our own. And I like that that's what she did. So with Meta giving birth to her son Isaiah, Isaiah now has to take his place and be taught the magic and everything so that he can keep their family legacy intact. As far as Elijah, Suda's son that she had long time ago, you know, was living healthy, everything. And like I said, Elijah is definitely keen to Meta. I'm not going to tell you how, but a lot of these characters are definitely keen and they are family in some way of fashion, with the exception of, like I said, Rodney, Wayman, and Nurse Jackie. But as far as everybody else, they are a family of legacies from generation to generation. But yeah, I love this book. I absolutely love this book. Again, I am so happy. I'm so lucky and I'm honored. I am so happy that this author reached me and got in my email, asked me to review her book, and I loved it. I'm so glad she, honestly, because if she never emailed me, I don't think I would have ever read her stuff. I'm glad I read this. Like, literally, I give this a 20 star. And when I mean a 20 star, I give it a 20 star. It's beyond a 5. Like, I can see this being a movie. Like, I see so much for this story. I cannot fathom this just being a book by itself and then that's it. I cannot fathom it. She has, girl, you got to do more with this story. You got to do more with it because, my gosh, like, this book got history. Has so much history. It's not even funny. Like, this book was that awesome. It was that awesome. So, honey, please do more with this story. Like, you got to do more. Like, turn it into a play, turn it into a movie, do something. But I loved I can see myself reading this book a dozen times, over and over again. I would never ever get tired or have enough of this book and of this story. Like, this was so awesome. So I'm gonna show you guys a picture again, and it's still a low battery, but it's enough for me to show you guys the picture. And I'm gonna tell you guys the other books that she has out that I will definitely read. There we go. It's called Birthright. And it is available on Nook. So for those of you who have a Nook, definitely reach out to this. Or, I'm sorry, I will also leave the author's email address in the description bar below. So if you want a book, if you don't have a Nook, she might have a physical copy, because I'm actually about to reach out to her and get me a physical copy as well. But I will leave all of her information in the description bar below. But y'all gotta read this book. Now for those of you who do Amazon have Kindle, I think she's also on Kindle too. But if she is, I will also link that in the description bar below so you guys can check her out. But, oh my gosh. Oh, let me tell you the other books that she has. So she has 3 other books. Vampire Whore, I Love Him, He Loves Me Not, and Tales of Intrigue. So this book that I read was a paranormal romance. I think she said it was a paranormal romance. But to be honest, it didn't read like it. It really didn't. It read more of like a maybe like a paranormal fantasy in a way, but with touches of history, of enslavement, you know, and magic. So this book really, it does touch on enslavement and history, magic, all that. Everything that you can think of, this book touches on. And sorry, my battery's about to die as well. So both my batteries about to die. This is not but this name, Birthright, yeah, that's the book. Yep. I could, just by reading the whole book, Birthright is the perfect title for that book. But anyway, honey, thank you so much. I am truly honored. Thank you for choosing me to read and review your book. I loved it. I will read more of your book. If you have physical books available, please hook me up if you have physical books available. Like, oh my God, like, honestly, for everybody, please read this book. This will be a book that I believe you should cherish. This is a story you should cherish. This book that you read is a book that you should never, ever, 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 ever throw away. I need to get a copy of this physical book, and I will hand this down to my children for every generation. If anything, I will get 2 books just so I can always have a book for me and one to pass down to a generation when I start to have my girl, you know, because this book, I can only say so much in terms of how awesome this book was. It was awesome. It touched my heart, and I absolutely, absolutely loved it. This by far is beyond my favorite book. And when I mean beyond my favorite book, I mean it's up there. Like, I love this book. It was that good. I highly recommend this book. If y'all don't listen to anything else I have said, or if any other review that I have done, this book right here, read it. Read it. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. You would not. Marvelous. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. And I'm going to go ahead and end this review because my battery is about to die. So, you have not heard the last of a review by me from this author, just to let y'all know. But if you guys like my video, give me a thumbs up, and also feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to, as well as clicking on that bell right next to subscribe. That'll give you guys notifications of all the updated videos that I do and upload, just like this one. So with that being said, happy readings, guys. Bye.